Hello,
Hello.
good evening, all. Welcome to GG session for today for all about Google certification. Good evening, Reshma.
Good evening, Dr. Vishal, and welcome to all the audience. So today's session is going to give you a lot of information and experiences from Google certified educators. So myself, Reshma Honap, I am a GEG leader and founder of Pune and Maharashtra, and I am a Google certified trainer. So Dr. Vishal, please introduce yourself.
Yeah. So good evening, all. This is Dr. Vishal Varia. I'm from Gujarat, and I'm leader for GG Ahmedabad in Gujarat. I'm also a Google certified trainer. And to give you a short introduction about what GG is, basically, GGs are Google Educator Groups. They are approved by Google, and we are authorized by Google themselves to lead this particular group. And the purpose of the group is to facilitate the educators or the community of the teachers to use tech tools in their day-to-day classrooms. So we are glad to have you all today, tonight with us. And we are also glad to have you people in GG Ahmedabad and GG Pune. So, Reshma, let's start the session today. Let's not yeah. So today our topic is all about Google certifications. So we will be sharing with you all the relevant details as regards Google certification. That's level 1, level 2, and what are the benefits of it, how you can appear for examinations, what are the formalities for it, and all any questions that are there in your mind regarding the certifications, you please post it in the chat. We will take it up as and when it is possible. So let us start, Reshma.
Sure. Okay, so just to start the session today about why are we doing this, why you should be doing the certifications and what will be the gain and other things, let us start with a very small self-analysis activity. Okay, so I brought up this, we all must have heard about it. If not, then SWOT is basically stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, these things are done in different kinds of platforms in different companies, but within educator group or in schools, let us try to analyze ourselves using this particular technique. So now it is basically a tool to analyze the current situation, both internally, that is your strengths and weaknesses, and externally, that opportunities and threats. Now it will also provide us with a very helpful baseline information for a group of individuals that want to vision for the future and analyze the uh, problem within themselves or outside. So now we all know we are just going through a very strange period in our life. I would say a very strange shift in our daily life. In education, we all are noticing it, and a overall paradigm shift that we see, that the classrooms are not going to be the same. The classrooms will never remain as they have been operating till now, and there is going to be a change and technology integration within the classrooms coming up. So there will be a period of blended learning. There will be a strong inclusion of technology in the classrooms. So as educators, I want to request you all to take some time to analyze yourself. Now, when I say analyze yourself, doesn't mean that I'm asking you to tell us what it is, but just think about yourself. What are your strengths? Now, the strengths can be you're a tech savvy person, you're a creative person, you are a passionate learner or focused. In case of weaknesses, there can be more also, but in case of weaknesses, find something that is stopping you to do anything beyond what you are doing right now. The third thing is think about opportunities. That means opportunities that may come or opportunities that you may have lost or you're looking forward to. So, what are those opportunities that you can think about? And then the threats. Threats are again external factors, which is like resources. You never had access to all these things. There are adverse conditions that everybody is going through, any new policy changes like changes in our education system, and there might be too much competition around you. So I'll give you 30 seconds to think about it and focus more on at least one thing from each part.
Yeah. So I would just like to add to this, Reshma,
Mhm.
regarding this SWOT analysis. This is a very good system. One must do SWOT analysis at regular interval. So just as Reshma has said, I would just like to repeat in another regional language. Strength मतलब आपकी जो शक्ति है, okay, आपकी जो खूबियां है, जिससे आप अपने काम को ज्यादा बेहतर कर सकते हो, वो आपकी इंडिविजुअल है, right? It is your individual and it is which you can effect, you can materialize it. Weaknesses आपकी जो खामियां हैं वो होती है जो आप नहीं कर पाते हो. Say for example, I would talk, मेरी strength है, I mingle along with people, but my weakness is I can't tolerate criticism. So it is something. So अगर आपको पता चले कि आपका स्ट्रेंथ क्या है और आपकी वीकनेस क्या है, तो वीकनेस को हम साइड में रख सकते हैं और स्ट्रेंथ को हम पॉजिटिवली जाके उसको ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथन कर सकते हैं. और उसके बाद आता है अपॉर्चुनिटीज यानी अवसर. अपॉर्चुनिटीज कौन से आपके पास कौन से एरियाज है जहां आप इंप्रूव कर सकते हो, आपके पास कौन से जो फील्ड्स है, कौन से एरियाज है जहां आप बेहतर प्रदर्शन कर सकते हो. और उसके अलावा है जो थ्रेट्स आर समथिंग विच इज एक्सटर्नल टू यू, विच इज एन एक्सटर्नल एनवायरमेंट, जो आपके बस में नहीं होता है. आप चाहते हो कि आप अपना कोर्स कंप्लीट कर ले, आपके पास पूरी क्षमता है, आपके पास पूरा कंटेंट है, आप पूरी तरह से तैयार हो और स्कूल बंद हो जाती है, जो आपके हाथ में नहीं है. So these are the threats. So if you are having the knowledge of all these four elements, you will be in a position to better perform. So at regular interval, this should be done. So,
excellent. Yeah.
So Reshma is having a very good exercise with us for all of us, and
yes, just to analyze, because when we are going to talk about certifications, I want you to know that क्यों हम लोग, why are we doing it? Why are we insisting on you that advancement कैसे करे? Because we will talk about it. Let's move on to the next one. So I have a small activity here. So please visit on your phones, on your laptops, wherever you're watching us. Go to polsev.com and put in this code. I want you to just write down now, since you must have thought about it at least, one word that describes your strength as an educator. We all are educators. हमारे पास कुछ तो अलग चीज है that makes us a teacher or administrator in the education industry. So just log into this and enter the words. So put in.
Should I share this link?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay.
So go to polsev.com and type in. As soon as you start typing in the words, we will all be able to see it on the screen right here. So let us see what are the strengths of our educators.
Yeah, आप कुछ भी लिख सकते हो. You can write anything. The strength, like it is your personal strength. It may be how strengthen your communication system is, or how good you are, proficient you are in your subject matter, on your particular subject, or how good you are in your administrative areas of your work. Anything, it could be related to your personal self, it could be related to your professional life, it could be related to your family life, right? So say for example, so we have now started getting
very nice input. We have started getting the inputs. Excellent. So yes, we are learners, we are innovative, we are passionate about our work. Please keep entering the words that you think. Tech savvy, I can enter it for you.
So I would just request you to click the link once again and just join the poll so that your entries can be considered therein.
So I know we have a lot of answers coming in the chat. You're patient. That's very important.
Brilliant,
right?
Brilliant. Yes.
Yeah. So very nice words coming up.
And creativity. Yes. Yes, we are lifelong learners.
Keen learners, curious. Okay.
Okay, so if the link is not opening.
It should work. It is polev.com.
I would again just mention it.
So we'll give you another 10 seconds to come in, and I see lots and lots of letters coming in. So right now we are just focusing on our strengths. Beautiful. I see. Now what we are looking here in this word cloud is what is the most important or the most specific strength that all educators have right now. They have a learning thought process. They are innovative. They want to be creative, probably. They are passionate about what they do. And beautiful. The word cloud is just growing, Dr. Vishal, if you see.
Yes.
So we are trying to analyze our strengths here.
So
And
there
they
are
love.
plenty of comments that they are not able to join. So probably if you are joining from a particular device, if it's not supporting, then it may not open. So don't worry.
We can add your words into it, yeah.
Yeah, and you can just put it in the chat as we are getting lot many chat inputs. So you can put it over here yourself. So right now we are focusing on the strengths. And Reshma, should we move ahead?
Yes. So now, why did we do this activity, right? Because the next thing that we are going to do in our own life and our own professional life and self-development is we are going to leverage all these strengths to overcome our weaknesses, right? And this is how we are going to mitigate all the threats that are external and gearing up for all the opportunities that will come when we utilize all these strengths. So great job, all of you. I see learning is the main goal. You are passionate and you are creative. How are you going to use all these strengths to do your next professional development and self-development? So here comes distinguishing yourself as an digital educator. So you are different from other educators. And that is why we are here to tell you about great certifications that Google for Education offers for such kind of educators as Google for Educator Level 1 and Level 2. So I will just quickly run you through what exactly is the program. Okay. Now, these are all free resources that can be found online on Google for Education website. We will post the link for you to follow along with us. Now, for Level 1, you go through all the digital tools that are going to help you with the 4 C's in education, like creativity, communication, collaboration, and critical thinking. Okay, you give an exam and you distinguish yourself as an educator who can actually use all these tools so that you can implement it in your classroom. You're going to make a bigger impact. That means you engage and do more with your students through technology. Along with this, as a personal development, a lot of people ask, what is the benefit? The most important benefit is you become more confident with the new paradigm shift in education, that is integrating technology in your classrooms. You know how to use it, and now you can use it further. So this is Level 1. Now, the next step to the certification is Level 2. So now, once you do Level 1, you have learned the basics of these tools. Now you're trying to go more deep into it and expand your own understanding of these tools. And different subject teachers might want to use it in a different way. So now with Level 2, you validate your expertise and advanced technology integration skills with this certification. It gives you a badge. Of course, these are the 2 types of badges that we see that you receive from Google. And then you can put this badge as a signature. You can utilize all the skills that you have learned into your classrooms. So Level 2 is more in-depth with more with the same tools plus extra tools. Then after these 2 levels comes up the real magic of Google for Education, that is their programs, which has Google Certified Trainer, which me and Dr. Varia are here. For being a Google Certified Trainer, you need to have Level 1 and Level 2 certification completed. You are put up in a, once you are defined as a trainer, you get to join GFE Trainers Group, which is the group from all over the world. You get to meet all the people from different parts of the world, and you can discuss about what they are doing in their classroom. So we just become global. So we try to see what other countries are implementing in their education, and there is a lot of give and take of resources. Then is the Innovator program. Now, there is no timeline to any of these. Innovator program is the basic understanding is that you are passionate about a change in your education or in your classroom, and then you apply for that program. Now, the applications are at different times. For that, you need to be level 2 certified, and you need to have a big passion about something that you want to change. And out of all the applications, very, very selected people are selected, educators, and then you actually work with people in Google to begin your project and then launch it globally. Then is a Google certified coach. Now, this is a new program because as a trainer, we can train a whole group. But if you are Google certified coach, you actually work with teachers within your school or in your district, in your area, to identify the problems in their classroom. So you work one-on-one as a coach. So these are the three programs that come after level 1 and level 2. So basically in this session, we are going to focus more onto our level 1. So what it is, how to prepare, how to get certified, where to go, and all that. All right. So I'm going to just paste the link and before we go there, I'm going to show you how where to go. So to become a level 1 certified educator, you have to undergo a training about how to use all these tools. You can learn it by yourself also. So Google for Education website. So Dr. Varia, we can paste this link for...
Yeah, you can even directly paste it,
yeah.
Reshma, from the streamer. Yeah.
Yeah, I just pasted it. Okay, so Google for Education Teacher Center. So this is the Teacher Center. When you click on this link, you learn the 2 levels of certifications. The first exam is self-paced exam. The course is self-paced. So you can go click here, get started. It will take you through the whole process of how to learn the resources. So the first thing, you need to create an account. That's going to be your Gmail. Then you select what exam you're going to do. And once you're ready, you sign up for that exam. And on that scheduled day, you launch the exam. Now, how do we prepare for it? So if you keep scrolling down on this website, you will see start training. Even if you are very confident and you have been using all these tools, I would recommend that please go through the fundamental training because you get a lot of insight. So the exam is usually divided into 2 parts, MCQs and scenario-based questions. So fundamental training really helps you with both the things. Especially, I liked it a lot for multiple choice questions. There are 13 units in this, and it is all self-paced. So if you see each unit has a specific timeline that is given, that is the only time you need to learn. After each small unit or lesson, there is a test that you can take for a practice. You can retake the test again and again. So this is one resource where you can go and start learning, which is free for any educator or anybody around. So all these tools are the things that we were talking about, scenario-based questions. Okay.
So as mentioned by Reshma, for level 1, there is 3 hours time to appear for examinations. There will be 20 questions and 11 scenarios. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mentioned that 20 MCQs, but it will be 20 questions. So the questions will be a mix of MCQs or drag and drop or such kind of mm-hmm. questions.
Yeah.
But believe me, if you go through a proper practice, you will be easily able to complete your session before time. So it's very easy to clear level 1. The purpose of level 1 is to just test that the teacher or the educator is aware with the different Google tools, which will be considered, will be taken into discussion in this slide itself, right? So yeah. Yes, Reshma, please.
So after you have completed that fundamentals training, just go through it. Even scenario-based questions are a little tricky, so you need to practice, you need to learn from somebody, or you can just keep practicing yourself into different scenarios. And then once you're ready, you go and register for the exam. The process is also very easy. It is on the same page. So the exam fees is $10. It is a 3-hour proctored exam. So you need to have a web camera on, and there will be a virtual proctor who will be watching your steps. You have to share your screen and so on, just like any other online exam. The validity is international validity with 3 years of validity.
3
so
years,
if you
yes.
if you get certified this year, 2021, you don't have to worry about next 3 years. You're still good with that certification. And as Dr. Varia said, that the questions are a mix of like multiple choice or 20 questions with drag and drop activities, and a lot of based on text. And then there will be 11, 12 scenarios based on that particular day of the exam, what it's defined. Now, this exam is taken by Google for Education, so nobody has any connection to it. Like if somebody says that I can get you certified and I can give you a certificate, I will not suggest you go by that way, because it has to be given online with Google. So we are also going to show you what skill sets you need for level 1. And we'll share this file with you as well. So this is a great resource. So now, like I said, that a lot of great trainers are connected to you. So we connected with a very good trainer who is Eric Kurtz, and he made a very, very wonderful sheet, great sheet for us to refer to. That means what skills are required for level 1 exam. So this is all that you need to learn. That means accessing and scenario based. Right.
Yeah, Reshma, I would just like you to focus on the first apps portion first.
Sure.
See, everybody can see in table of contents, whatever apps over here are being shown to you. These are the set of apps that are important for level 1 examinations. So you see tech integration, G Suite, Google Drive, Google Documents, Google Sheets, Forms, Slides, Classroom, Gmail, Contacts, Google Groups, Google Meet. So all those things that is mentioned in table of contents in blue are the portion of this particular exam. But howsoever, here, as we go through the skill sets, you will come to know that in the skill set, it's very important that you just know how to use this in the class. The details of it would be there in the level 2, and we will again discuss it in the today's session, but how much detailing is there. So if you see in this tech integration, say G Suite, what are the tools available in the G Suite for examination, overview of G Suite for education tools. So you just see they just want to make you understand that you are aware of the tool and which tool to be used for teaching purposes. So more important, yes, Reshma.
And practicing the sessions, scenario-based questions is another thing. So scenario is like something that happens in everybody's classroom, right? So Google Sheets, like right now, everybody is trying to compile all the scores of the students. You're trying to find average. You're trying to find making charts to make it visual. So this is all that you will learn while you are learning about Google Sheets. Okay, so this is basically the resources, and I have already shared the link with you. Then the training, and let us look at a couple of sample questions that come. Now, sample questions are also given inside the Google for Education website. After every question, they will give you a sample question to test. Even if you talk to us later, there will be a lot of free resources that we can provide you to start with your certification journey. So, Dr. Varia, you want to take up level 2?
Yes, please. So there are certain comments. I would just like to answer them first. I was just about to type that. So yes, we will be sharing all the details with you post session. Right, this video is being recorded. Even the slide deck we are going to share with you so that you can refer to it whenever you are in that mood of learning about level 1 or level 2, or whenever you are planning to go for your examinations, you can again refer to this particular slide deck and you can learn and understand from this. So yes, we are going to share everything who is present over here. And also there was one particular question about certificates for attending this session. Yes, as we see near to the end of this session, we will be sharing you a link for the feedback form, which you have to fill up. Once you fill it up, you will get the certificate of attendance for this particular session. Yeah. Now talking about level 2. So very first thing is level 2 will be, you will be able to go for level 2 only and only once you have cleared level 1. That is for sure. So if you're ready to attempt level 2, that means first of all, congratulations, you are already completed level 1. So once you have completed level 1, that means it is a certified, or it is announced that yes, you are aware with the tools and the utility of the tools that Google has taken in level 1. Now
So,
in
Dr.
level 2,
Varia, sorry,
yes.
I would just like to comment here a little bit. Is you can take level 2 directly. There is no restriction that you have to be level 1 to give the certification, but it is going to be very, very difficult because it goes a lot deep into each tool. So, if you have not done the first level, I think it will be very difficult to get into the second level. And then, if you want to become a trainer, both the certifications are required. For innovator, you have to be level 2, but it is always good to have both certificates.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is one thing. So for level 2, as I said, level 1 is basically knowledge about the tools, and when these tools are going to be useful, that is the information. But for level 2, you need some detailed information about the tools. That is the utility of the tool. Say for example, you have Google Doc as an application level 1, and also that is there in level 2. But in level 1, that will be very basic. How do you write in Google Docs, or how do you share it with your class or with your classroom or with particular students? That is it. But when you come to level 2, the detailing would be something like that: how you can add tables to it, how you can add content to it, how you can add hyperlinks to it, like something like that, how you can add images to the Google Doc, and how you can share it with your students, how you can address the student by putting @ in the comment sign and giving it directly back to the student as a comment. So all these things are, that are there in level 2. So before we go into the details of what skills are required in level 2, let us just see that what we require. It's see, Google provides free training. जैसे fundamentals training है level 1 के लिए. Similarly, there is free training for level 2 as well, which you can with this link you can directly go to that particular link and check yourself. And you have to go through each and every chapter of that training. Okay, level 2 certification. So once you register for that, that thing will be open to you, and you have to go through that particular chapter, so that any particular question that is going to be asked, there will be set of again 28 questions are there, and here there will be 12 scenarios. So this exam will be a little lengthier than level 1 examination. So if you are a tech savvy person, here the time of the examination is again 3 hours, and if you are a tech savvy person, you will be able to complete level 1 sooner, but you will require all that time of 180 minutes to complete level 2. So level 2, you can see these particular chapters: promote and model the effective use of digital tools, leverage learning models to personalize. There are these chapters. You have to go through these chapters in order to answer the basic questions that are asked in types of MCQs or in drag and drop. So आप इसको अगर go through करते हो, तभी आप वो textual questions को answer कर पाओगे, which is very, very important.
And in this particular units, what I like, Dr. Varia, is they always talk about what other teachers came up with. So if we just go in one of the lesson, they ask you that this was the scenario. What is your idea about it? What do you think you would have done in such scenario? Agar yes, आपकी classroom में something like this was there. And then they also don't miss what other teachers came up with. I just love that area because that is how you learn globally, what people others are doing. So here they say jot down 2 ideas. So they give you a scenario, and like this is not necessary that you have to jot down. At least you can think about it because this is not recorded anywhere. But the best thing that you learn from here is see what other educators said. And then this is how, like, these formulas, how did they use, how did they change the colors, how did they do conditional formatting in sheets, and how that made their work easier and more organized. So a lot of learning from this section of what other educators did for this.
Yeah. So can we just come back to the presentation, Reshma?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So here you can see that this free training, that is the fundamental training that just we have shown to you. That's the free training that you take. The exam fees are $25 plus the tax. So that will roughly come to around $27. And remember, To pay internationally, you have to make use of the credit card. It will maybe debit card is not possible if the debit card is not enabled for international transactions. So if it is enabled, it is possible. Otherwise, credit cards are usually enabled. You can always pay for it. Yeah, and they will also ask you to save the card number. It is safe. You can save the card number over there. It is safe. That is not an issue. Your amount will only be deducted after you receive that OTP or something like that. It will be done. So $25 is the fees. 3 hours, 180 minutes is the examination time period. The passing ratio is 80%. The certificate will be valid for 3 years. Initially, I would like to comment this. Initially, it was for 2 years, but ongoing this pandemic, they extended the time period to 3 years, which is very nice.
And yeah, and you know what? I just heard it in one of the trainers' video that was posted a few days back that it is now is the time to take the exam because Google is progressing a lot with new tools coming in, new functionalities that are changing. They're adding a lot of things. So this teacher center, all those content is going to change slowly. So he recommended that the time to do the certification is now because you already have all the resources there. जैसे हम लोग कहते हैं ना कि पेपर चेंज हो रहा है, कोर्स चेंज हो रहा है, तो एग्जाम बोर्ड एग्जाम डिफिकल्ट हो जाएगा. So because when you don't know what is coming,
yeah, pedagogy is also changing. So we must adapt to the new pedagogy that Google is supplying to us.
Exactly. So there is no time limit. There is a question that says that is there a time limit for the training or exam? No, this exam is offered all the year round. You can give the exam anytime you are prepared. But as per me, I would always keep a deadline or the D-day that you decide that 1 mahine ke baad I have to give the exam and you start working backwards. This is how we should be doing.
Yeah. So again, so the certificate here is valid for 3 years. अच्छा 3 साल के बाद क्या? Okay, fine. The concept is you can always recertify. And Reshma, I would like to comment here. There is a recent change for the recertification. So if anyone is recertifying in 2021, theoretical questions are out. Only scenarios will be there.
Yeah, even I was actually very happy to see that change.
Yeah. So that is
you
very
only have
good.
To work on scenarios. Yeah.
Work on the scenarios. So they don't have to undergo the entire syllabus again. On the basis of scenarios, they can clear the examination. That's the certification.
Yeah. And once you have level 1 and level 2, then you go on to your next step. If you really want to make a career change, if you want to advance in your school to become a tech integration specialist or a trainer within your school or your neighboring schools. So that is the next pathway.
Yeah. So, and again, these exams are proctored exams. So access to webcam and Chrome would be there from Google. There will be 26 questions in level 2 and 12 scenarios. So again, here I have mentioned questions, not only MCQs. So it will be a mix of MCQs or drag and drop questions or multiple choice questions where you have to select multiple and answers for one question. So it will be mix and match of all those things. Here I would like to comment is that, again, this is a proctored examination. So you will have to appear, you will have to sit throughout all the 3 years in the examination. You get a chance to take a break where that thing will appear onto the screen. That yes, you can, if you wish, you to take a break and take a break, or if not, you can just press next and continue. So I think after 45 minutes to 1 hour, they'll give you that screen post there. So that time period, if you wish to take a break, then you can. Otherwise, you can continue with it. So this is about level 2 examinations. So level 2 examinations will contain these many applications of Google. Here, if you see, you have an added application which is called add-ons, and then Blogger, Science Journal, Google Drawing, Earth, Map, Jamboard, Scholar, and Translate. These are the addition to level 1. So level 1 में जो applications थे वो सब applications तो है ही है यहाँ पे. They are all there. Those applications in the level 1 are always there in level 2 with extended utility. But addition to that, you have add-ons. You have Blogger, Science Journal, Google Drawings, Earth, Maps, Jamboard, Scholar, and Translate. So now, see, all these links will be sharing with you. You can compare. See, Google Drive, if you compare in level 1, is how to use, how to make folders or like that. But in level 2, you see how to upload, create or share files and folders, and how to use directory drive as a lesson responsibly. That is important. So there will be changes in the detailing or the content of the topic. Right. So, I mean, let us go further into this document, Reshma. Let us take the question of add-ons.
Okay.
Yeah. So all these contents, I mean, those who are regularly using this as a teacher into the classroom, or not even as an individual, right? So it will be easy for you to learn and understand. Now you see add-ons. Add-ons are special utilities that you can add into your Chrome window, okay, into your Chrome browser. So how to add on for Sheets, how to add on for Sheets, Forms, Docs, right? Finding, installing add-ons. Okay. So this is the addition to level 1. So level 2 का कोर्स या कंटेंट जो है वो थोड़ा बढ़ जाएगा. It will be an added content level 2. So you, in completion for examination for level 2, you will definitely require 150 to 180 minutes. Whereas in level 1, if you are a tech savvy person, if you are from the field of IT, you may complete examination within 60 to say 80 minutes rather than 180 minutes. But here आपको full utilization होगा. So add-on is one, I think. Then Blogger is there. Let us scroll through the document. Blogger is also there. It's a utility. Blogs कैसे बनाते हैं? How you can share it with the students? How you can ask students to prepare the blogs themselves?
Yeah,
Then
and you know, when I was learning for level 2, I was surprised that all these Google apps are free for educators. Anybody can use this. And I thought that, okay, why don't I write a blog? So you don't even have to purchase a subscription or something. In your classrooms, you can just assign them ideas or assignments for these particular areas. Science Journal was another very, very interesting thing that I saw, that you can have simulations of experiments that are in the Science Journal, how each student can have their own experiments that can be done and added.
Yeah. So again, जो new tools इसमें add हो रहे हैं, the new tools that are being added in level 2, here again the concept is that you should be knowing what is the utility of the tool. वो tools कैसे use करना है, again उसके details में नहीं जाना है. But certain see, Google Earth है या Science Journal है, उसका utilization क्या है, वो है Google Maps है, Jamboard है. लेकिन जो basic tools है like Google Drive, Google Docs, Sheets and Slides and Forms, उसमें डिटेल्ड क्वेश्चन हो गए, उसमें थोड़ा डिटेलिंग आ जाएगा. So this is
and
all
I
about,
think it is not difficult. I will say practice is required. A lot of practice is required, and I don't feel bad telling anybody that I failed level 2 once. So do not get demotivated कि अभी हम नहीं कर सकते. I failed. That just tells you that थोड़ा सा और practice चाहिए. You're already almost there, 60-80%. And I gave up. I said maybe this is not for me. But then I started thinking that abhi to I already studied so much. Let me give it a try again. So again, 15 days. So Google allows you to give the exam again in case you failed. So first time, if you are not able to pass the exam, you can again schedule your exam after 15 days. Now, let's say second time you don't pass the exam, it allows you to reschedule or schedule a new exam after 3 months, because it says take some time, study, and फिर दीजिए आप exam. उसमें भी you are not able to do it, they will allow you to register for the exam after 1 year. But I felt maybe I did not study, but I am very confident that nobody fails in the coming exam. So just be prepared, practice, go through the fundamental and advanced training, practice all the scenarios multiple times, because you can search there. जैसे I always tell in the training that I know charts कहाँ पे बनाने हैं sheet पे, so I can always go to insert chart, कहीं पे तो है, and I keep searching for it. It will only waste your time for the exam because time is critical. 3 hours में you have to finish everything. So practicing will allow you to just click and go very fast through the exam. So we will be sharing this whole slide deck with you with all the links, and we have also added along like what you should be doing, how to register, which are the links, what is the email that you might get, and then where you go and launch the exam.
So I would again like to remind the audience or the people over here that we do have 2 of the educators joining with us today. I'm just adding them, Reshma.
Yeah, so me and Dr. Varia are just asking you, do it. So please start studying, so, and you will have a more insight from these wonderful educators.
Yeah. So welcome Shilpa ma'am and welcome Daljit ma'am. They have recently cleared their level 1 examinations, and They are especially sharing their valuable experience with us today, that how they cleared the examinations, what all questions were asked, or something like that. So maybe there are a few questions in the chat box. Just be patient. All your questions will be answered in this session. Don't worry. So Shilpa ma'am, I would just request you to please share your experience. And you
Sure.
want me to share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, Reshma ma'am. Good evening, Dr. Vishal.
Good evening and
Good evening, all of
congratulations
you.
to both
Yeah.
of you. It is very exciting to know that you are the latest Google Certified Educator uh, one
Google level one
educators.
certified. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Okay.
let
Yeah.
us
Thank
give
you.
them the stage.
Yes.
Yeah. So ma'am
Yeah.
will be in the backstage. Kindly just continue the session.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And I must thank Google for education and Mahatattva to give me the opportunity. And today I'm going to share my experience with you. A lot many questions when I cleared, actually a lot many questions about how did you register for the exam and what is going to happen, what kind of emails are going to come to you, what kind of questions will come to you. They were asked to me. And Dr. Vishal and Reshma ma'am have already done a very good job while explaining level 1 and level 2. I think we are all clear about how questions are going to come in level 1, what kind of scenarios are going to come in levels level 1 and level 2. Here I would do accept over here that yes, we are the Google for Education site. It does ask you for $10 to be paid, but once you are associated with Mahatattva or Google for Education group, it's something like you get and you go through the assessment trials over here, and in case you clear them, you do have a coupon like I received. You can see over here. So this was a mail sent to me by Kajal ma'am and Dipti ma'am, and a coupon was provided to me over here. So you can see the number of the coupon. And
Shilpa,
after that,
I would just sorry for
then
interrupting. I would just like to say over here is that see, there are these kind of trainings being conducted by Google partners, but they are restricted to particular regions. So what Shilpa ma'am is just right now just answering or just sharing with us was basically a training session connected by Mahatattva, a Google partner, for the educators of Maharashtra and Gujarat. So it was specific to mention here, Shilpa ma'am, because here we have audience from Pan India as well as from around the
okay,
world.
all
So
right, all right.
it may not be applicable to them for the vouchers and all. So let
Yes,
us
yes,
continue for
yes.
the examination portion.
Yeah, sure, sir. Thank you, sir. So after receiving that, we went to edu.google.com, as Reshma ma'am had also shown you. You take the certification exam, which is again 3 years, valid for 3 years. It is for 3 hours, and you have to register for $10. Once you go over there, then I had to click over there, and for continuing to webassessor.com, I had to choose one of the email IDs which I have. Since I use multiple email IDs, I have to use one. When I get, then I have this webassessor.com, which has the criterion screen, which again Reshma ma'am and Vishal sir had already displayed on the screens. You have to put in your credentials over here, save them, and once you save them, you have this certification of exams, which we are all eager to give. So you have Google Certified Educator Level 1. You have US dollars by now, and level 2 is also there. In case you're appearing for level 2, it's $25. You have to buy now. And obviously, once you click on buy now, either you have to put the coupon or the voucher code, as I did for my group. Otherwise, you have to pay, as Sir and Reshma ma'am had already directed you. You have to take your credit card and you just submit the button over here. Once you do that, now what is the next step? This is the first step. The next step would be you will receive a registration receipt over here for your Google certification. So now you have been registered for the exam. It is written very clearly that it can take 24 to 48 hours to create your exam account. So, and if you do not receive this email within 48 hours, please first check your spam folder. So do not forget that. And you can see my test taker ID is given over here. Now, once this was done on Saturday, that is 15th May, I received another mail the next day, which gave me your Google Certified Educator Level 1 is ready. I have 8 days. They have given me 8 days to log into the exam. That was till 22nd of May. But obviously, I did not wait for those days, because I saw this thing which said we have seen heightened traffic Wednesday to Friday afternoon. So to circumvent potential exam traffic issues, we recommend taking your exams from Sunday to Tuesday. So I preferred the Sunday thing, and the exam length was given over here. And finally, I could see, you have signed, there was a link given over here. You can see the link over here, https://eduexams.google.com. And I have to open an incognito window. Now, once I click on this link, I can click the link anytime between Monday to Friday, anytime. But once I do it, I have to sit for the exam for 3 years, which is a proctored exam. Now, I have to go in an incognito window first. So you have to click Shift, Control, and N, and you directly go to the incognito window. I repeat, if you click Shift, Control, and N together, you will directly open an incognito window. In the incognito window, you have to copy this link over there and then sign with your credentials, that is your email, and a password is given over here, which is given by the Google people over there. So you just have to put in the password and the email over there and start your exam. So what kind of questions? Yes, multiple choice, drag and drop, scenario based. The topics they were all covered were all Google Classroom, Drive, Excel, Google Slides, anything associated with Google. Special thing, actually, when we appeared for the assessment trials during our training sessions, we were asked to give screenshots over there. Because the email IDs or the student IDs were not universal over there. But when we appear for the exam, they give you an examiner ID over there, a student ID, as well as I think the examiner email ID, wherein you are doing all these things. You are putting in notifications, you are creating calendars over there, you're putting in an Excel sheet over there, you are embedding a video and notifying the student over there. So screenshots need not be taken. So you're saving your time over there. And though the exam is of 3 hours, I could complete within 1 hour 40 minutes, which was including a recap. So it is not that once you do your question and you finally, when you come to the last question, you have to submit it. No, you can go back. Once you are done with it, please go back, restart with the first question, review it. Review all the directions over there, whether you have completed them, whether you have actually created a title for your website, whether you have done whatever has been asked to you, have you commented on the students' work or not. Review every task over there, and then finally go on to the last question, last page of your test, and submit over there. That is your final submission. Now, what happens when you take level 1? See, level 1 gives you a heightened confidence level. As you can see right now, I am with you. I have confidence. I know that I've done something. There's a sense of achievement over there. The certification is important, very, very much important, because I teach in a CBSE school. I'm a CBSE educator, and Central Board of Secondary Education has gone a long way in being associated with Google, because they've launched their own teaching mail IDs for the teachers, which are Google based. They have their own Google Classroom. The skill technology they have already launched, wherein there were skill certifications on Google. And these training sessions that I have attended, and I have achieved certain certificates over there, they go a long way in telling my authorities or my educational authorities that yes, I have done some training and I am a digitally certified educator. In the pandemic, one thing is positive, which is certain, that we are entering into a there's a blended learning stage over here, which is going to stay whether pandemic or not pandemic. It is going to stay, and we all have to be digital educators somewhere. And when I talk about NEP, all of us are aware of that NEP. There is a protocol over there that each educator has to cover around 50 hours of training annually. So all these trainings, when I get the certificates, they are actually adding on to my skills as well as my 50 hours of training, which I actually liked it. So, well, I think everybody should take this, take a plunge, be confident of yourself, and you have to do well. And with the training sessions, yes, you will do well.
So thank you, Shilpa ma'am. I would like to ask Daljit ma'am. Daljit ma'am, what was your experience for appearing for examination and all?
Yeah, thank you, sir. First of all, good evening, everyone. My name is Daljit Kaur and I am a teacher in Air Force School, Chandanagar, Pune. First, I would like to thank you for providing me this platform to share my experience with you all. Thank you, Reshma ma'am and Vishal sir and Dipti ma'am. I'm a primary teacher and a very keen learner. So last year we started taking online classes and there were a lot of chaos and confusion. Slowly we learned to take online classes and join many CBSE courses to upgrade ourselves. I searched a lot of tools and methods to make my class more interactive, and my search come to an end when I got Mahatattva training link shared by one of my colleague, Mrs. Suchi, in our school group, and I registered immediately. And I have attended 5 days training session, which was on alternate days, conducted by Reshma ma'am and Deepti ma'am for 2 hours. I must say it was a wonderful training session and I learned many new Google tools which I was not even aware about, like Google Sheets, Google Sites, Google Docs, and many more. So I would like to thank you for providing us with excellent training. All the assignments and scenarios provided during training sessions are really, really very helpful. And let me tell you about Google Certified Educator Level 1 certification, which is fundamental level. I will share a general overview, like the exam is for 180 minutes, as you know, that is 3 hours, and it is an ample time to complete tasks and MCQs. So after registration for an exam, you will receive 2 emails, as ma'am has said. And first is the confirmation of registration, and the second email will be will let you know that your exam is ready. So once you are ready for your exam, open the exam link in an incognito window. But before that, sign out from all other Google accounts. Then sign it with your credentials in the email. Keep your laptop camera on throughout the exam. In case your internet got disconnected in between the exam, then don't worry, just refresh or reload the page and you will be back on the exam window. I was disconnected twice due to voltage fluctuation, but nothing was lost. I mean, it starts from the same question where I was disconnected, so everything was saved. Yeah, one more thing, on the introductory screen of the exam platform, before launching the exam, you have to click on the NDA button, that is non-disclosure agreement, because exam is very confidential and we cannot the questions cannot be shared under any circumstances. So I will suggest please do a lot of practices for scenarios so that you can complete on time. Whichever scenarios given during online training practice, almost 90% similar questions came in the test. So there were multiple choice questions, drag and drop, and scenario questions with 2 or 3 or sometimes 4 tasks. So in total, there were 10 scenarios and 17 MCQ in my test. I'm telling you.
Okay.
So,
Because this keeps fluctuating, you know. Like when I gave the exam a year back, I had 12 scenario based, I think, and 16, 17 MCQs. So it keeps changing. It is a different exam for everyone. So they have a big data bank of all the questions, and same questions might not be here and there. And when we sign an NDA, it is something like you cannot take screenshots, you cannot give out, tell others what the exact questions were. But when we practice scenarios, now we all are educators, same things happen within our school. So scenarios are nothing but a story based, like let's say you want to have a meeting with your colleagues and share an agenda about that meeting. So, and you want to make that meeting continuous for the next 3 weeks on every Wednesday. So this is a task that you have to do. So you go to calendar, you create an event. So the scenarios are something that will happen in your school and have been happening, but we are now trying to use all these digital tools and then make our work easier than calling each teacher and asking, are you available or not? Some teachers are available at a certain time. So there is an option called as find a time. And then you find the calendars of all the teachers directly online and you select a time which everybody is available. So these are kind of scenarios that I would say. And yes, I have questions like, can we also have a training? Now the question, the very, very honest answer behind it is you can even do it yourself. Go to fundamentals training. I never did a training with anybody, but then you have to be very dedicated. You have to finish fundamental training. You have to practice all the scenarios again and again. That training also has it. And then you give the exam. Otherwise, we are also there to help you with all the scenarios and extra practices and giving you extra MCQs to practice at home. So anyways, you can do it. You do not pay for the fundamental training that you do online with Google for Education. You only pay for when you register for the exam.
Yeah, thanks, Reshma. We would like to have more information from the experienced, teachers right now with us. Shilpa ma'am and Daljit ma'am, I have one very quick question. What difference did it make to you when you received the email? Congratulations, you have cleared level 1. How do you
Super
take it?
excited, sir. Super excited. And I didn't know where to share because my group was dissolved at that time. So cohort 1 wasn't there. So I personally messaged Dipti ma'am over there that I have received the certificate, and it was like, I was on cloud 9 on that day. Yes, I have a sense of achievement that the students have, yes, I did it. Something like this.
Yeah, because
I was
you put in
also
so much effort,
very
right?
happy. Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes,
shared
Daljit ma'am.
that certificate in my Facebook also, with my husband, with my
Great.
principal ma'am, and all my friends. I pat myself. Yes, I have done this.
Great.
Yeah.
Great
Congratulations. Yeah.
achievement.
I'll tell you, Reshma ma'am and Dr. Vishal sir, I am actually a principal. I'm not I don't teach much.
Oh, okay.
Actually a principal.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But even as a principal, I've always felt that what teachers are doing it, I have to do first. If I don't do it, I cannot guide my teachers properly. So that is how I just enter into every workshop and I do everything, whatever I can, so that I know my teachers are on the right path. And today
Absolutely
my teachers
amazing
have
input.
joined
Yeah.
the cohorts.
Mhm.
All my teachers have joined the cohorts in Pune as well as in Gujarat.
Excellent,
Great,
excellent.
great.
And that is exactly what we want to do as a leader or as a principal, like you said. We want to motivate our next people who are looking at us as somebody to be an idol of and do something. So we do first and then we help others achieve that. And once you have done it, you know if it is right or good or bad for your teachers. And I think that is a beautiful thing, and I hope you both become trainers soon so you can train your whole school
Yeah,
with
sure,
these tools.
sure, ma'am.
And
We will do that.
one another quick question for both of you. What message would you like to share with all the educators who are having the skill sets but who are resisting themselves for the examination? Please, Daljit ma'am, I want you to speak out in this.
I will say, after doing this training, it's a wonderful training, and it will make you an expert in using digital tools in teaching, and it will make the class more engaging and interactive. Of course, it will help in professional growth and lifelong learning. It is. So we can create our own website quizzes, YouTube channels, playlist, and give virtual tour also to our students. And it's a wonderful thing. I will request all the teachers should join this session, means training session, and it's a wonderful thing. And definitely you will clear at one go if you will really sincerely you will do this. Sincerity is required, and do
Yeah,
lot of practice.
just like we expect from our students, we give them an assignment and we want them to actually work on it and give us a better and always a great version of what they did earlier. Let us as educators also use all our strengths, just like we did the SWOT analysis. You just use all your strengths, bring them together, and so that all these weaknesses and everything just lay behind. So with pandemic, my experience, if I want to share, it was a completely new world for me in the last whole year. So because same thing, like we all were struggling, we started, but then one day I realized that no, I have to find a pathway. Like I want to find a way out of all this. And I went into I was just searching what is Google Classroom, how to do it, because I wanted to help my teachers, because there were teachers who were crying, they were saying that, ma'am, I don't know how to do, I don't know where to click. So as a leader in the school, I had to figure out myself first. And that is the time I came across the word GEG. I had no idea what
That's
this.
great share, Reshma. It's a great
So,
share.
so there is always
Brilliant.
a beginning. There is always a beginning. I had never done live sessions in my life, and now I feel really confident. So I feel that you change yourself also. Like you're self-developing with doing all these things.
One quick question for Shilpa ma'am. Ma'am, just we came to know that now you are a principal of a school. So, once now again, if you come across a new application and it shows you level 1 certified, what would you do then?
See, if I get a resume that the teacher is level 1 certified, I would directly hire her, because these are the changing times, ma'am and sir, and we do need digital educators, digitally certified educators, which proves that yes, they have done it. And because I will have, a trust over there that yes, if I give a class to her, I know I don't have to see much in that. She can handle it beautifully. So I won't have too many queries over there as compared to a teacher who is not digitally certified, and I just have to look into it. Okay, is she doing it correctly? Is she preparing the PPTs properly? Is she getting into the Google Classroom properly? Is the attendance being taken properly? So these are the questions which might not come if a person gives me a certificate that yes, I'm certified.
Brilliant. This was the answer was really expected. So this is a clear-cut message to all the educators who are already having the skill set, but somehow they are resisting in appearing for the examination. Please, please, please gather the courage and go for level 1 certification. It is just $10 plus the tax, 11.80 something is the figure that will come out. Around 800 rupees is worth appearing. And as Shilpa ma'am said, this is what our experience also says. Once you have that certificate, people will come searching for you. When you have social media profiles, you upload those things. People will ask for some kind of guidance from you. They will ask, the hiring process will become easy for you, right? So certifications help you enrich your resume, enrich your CV. This is a must. And as ma'am said, yes, a certification is a proof that you know this knowledge, you have this skill set. So this is very, very important. Right now, it may not be mandatory for teachers for the school, but as we are going to go into the new normal with this pedagogy system to continue further, this will be one of an additional feature or additional which will give you a competitive edge in your resume or your CV. So this is really very important. I think we are coming to the conclusion of this session. It's already 1 hour, but I would like to have quick questions being taken from the chat right now. That level 1, the fees for level 1 is $10 plus tax, which comes to 11.80. It is the fees for only the exam and not for the training. The training is free. To register for the trainings, links we have already shared with you. Yes, there were a few questions about this thing. We are definitely going to share all the links with you, including the recording of this video with you in the email after this session, maybe tonight or tomorrow morning in Indian time, Indian continent over here.
Dr. Varia,
Yes.
if it is possible, because we have a lot of audience who is directly joining us on YouTube and Facebook, is it possible? I'm going to paste the links for the fundamental training, and if you can paste the link for the feedback, because they might not be registered.
So feedback link I've already shared. I will just share it once again. It's already shared now.
And there are some questions like, is it necessary to join any cohort and train yourself and then only you can appear? No, it is not necessary. You can do it yourself. We will help you along the way to help you with the scenarios, to help you understand. It is so simultaneous. What we are doing is just like Deepti ma'am with Mahatattva is taking up initiative, and they are partners with Google, and that is how we are doing it. As trainers also, we do our individual trainings at different times, and whenever we have an open slot and everything, we always share it in our groups. So but again, there is not a compulsion that even only if you join some trainer and get trained, then only you can pass the exam. You can pass the exam by just self-study from the Google for Education website. So it is just extra support that we are always ready to provide you.
Yeah. Just like level 1, the fees for level 2 is $25 plus the tax, which will roughly come to 27 point something, right? See, if you are not able to clear any of the exams, means level 1 or level 2, if you're not able to clear an exam and level at one particular point of time, you get 15 days before you can reapply. And once you reapply, yes, you will have to pay the fees again for reapplication. As I said, Google is charging for the examination and not for the training. So trainings would be free. In case you get, you have to reappear. Say, for example, you did not clear in the first round and you have to reappear. it is very, very must that you go through the training, fundamentals training, or the trainings that Google is freely providing once again. And as Reshma ma'am said during the presentation, it's very important because they have put up teachers' opinion in their training session. You must go through those opinions as well, because that will give you a lot of insights how to use that particular tool in your class, which is very, very important. So these are some of the things, some of the questions we've answered. If you still have any questions, okay, we will take it up in the group. You can be in the group. The email that we will be sharing with you maybe tonight or tomorrow with all the links will also contain the links of how to join the group, or how to be with GEGs, or how you can come in contact with us. We already shared our social media handles. You can ask us there as well, and we'll be happy to answer your queries. Joining a GEG does not cost you anything. And GEGs are very good groups that will give you very good PD sessions, professional development sessions, and we, GEG Ahmedabad and Pune, are having sessions every Saturday from 8 to 9 IST, 8 to 9 p.m. IST. So it will be a pleasure to have passionate educators with us. We have now, our group is really enriched, like Shilpa ma'am and Daljit ma'am, there are many educators who have also completed their level 1 examinations. So again, congratulations to all those educators for taking up the courage and inspiring and motivating other educators. Yes, we can do it. So yes, this is it for today's session. Anything else, Reshma, we are missing?
No, we are good, and I think we have motivated others enough, and I'm very happy and to meet Dr. Shilpa and Daljit today with us, and congratulations to you again, and we hope you keep inspiring other educators along the way. Yeah. Thank you so much.
And that's all for today's session. We'll see you again next Saturday. Can we have this ending slide, Reshma?